I'll describe what we were doing at that time from a little story that my young daughter asked my wife one day. She said, Papa goes to office, he travels, he goes here, there, and everywhere, and then he comes back. And in the evenings, when other papas come back by 6 o'clock in the evening, I find my papa not being back till 8 and 8:30. And on weekends, he's off again. I don't know to which office he goes on weekends, but on weekends also, he's not available to us. And that was a perfectly legitimate question for a young daughter to ask. I think my wife laughed at that and explained to her what I was doing in the evenings and what I was doing on weekends. And she described it to this young girl in such a way that it must have had an effect on her mind too. She was convinced that I was doing a useful job, that I was helping people, and I was helping people who were sick, who were unwell. So I dare say there was some influence of my work described by my wife to my children, where they began to look at me also as somebody doing something useful, yet not being available to the family during the spare time. So that was my life until in those final years I worked for in the company. We did a lot of useful work. We used to go with volunteer doctors. We would go and address any group of people, maybe a Rotary Club, maybe a Lions Club, maybe an office, or maybe an educational institution. We would go with a qualified doctor and make the doctor speak to these people and tell them about cancer.